All right, welcome back, crime fighters, for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us. I'm Chris Wright, along with Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade.
Always good to be here, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Seems like I haven't seen you since last decade.
I know it. That's been a long time, hasn't it?
Here we are in the new year, and a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions and looking at some changes in the law and some recent accidents that we've had. I'm going to suggest that everybody make a New Year's resolution to make better use of your seat belts, including the seat belts in the back of the car.
Absolutely. You know, teaching my kids, you know, the car don't move till everybody's got their seat belt on. That includes the rear passengers. Up until recently, seat belt law was just for the front passengers. Now it's included for everybody in the vehicle. And it shouldn't be that the government has to tell you to use your seatbelt. You should use it because it'll save your life. It's not that, you know, we're trying to go out to make any money or see how many tickets we can write on seatbelts. We just know how important it is to wear that. And we've seen tragedies. Just here recently, we saw a tragedy where they were going too fast, doing things they weren't supposed to do. But when they had that accident, there was 5 people, 3 of them got ejected from the vehicle. You can't live if you get ejected from a vehicle. It's just, you just got to wear that seatbelt.
You know, my brother is actually the exception that proves that rule. He got ejected from a vehicle, and that's the only reason he's still alive. But he looked back at it and realized how he beat the odds.
1 in a million, probably.
And he has never gone without a seatbelt since then. And don't get in the car and try to drive off with him without a seatbelt on. It ain't gonna happen.
The odds are way in your favor that it's going to be beneficial to you. If you're in a vehicle and you're not wearing that seatbelt and you have a major accident, you're going to come out of that vehicle. The door, the glass, none of that's going to keep you inside. And you know, it's my goal that we don't have people get hurt. You know, I don't want to see, if you have an accident, we want you to have the best chance you can to survive. And deputies will be checking. That's a big thing we do with our SROs. We tell our SROs, you see a kid pull out of that parking lot without a seatbelt on, stop them. You know, it's not about tickets. About saving their lives, and that's where a seatbelt is. I know some people get that government shouldn't be able to tell me what to do, but you know, I'm asking you to do it not because it's the law, but because we care about you and don't want you to get hurt.
You don't get to make the rules, but you do have to enforce
I
them.
do have to enforce it.
All right, so let's say thank you to our viewers for the work that they did over the holidays. They helped us get over a milestone.
Hey, 6 arrests. You've never let us down. Thank you for the hard work. It brings our count up to 4,505 people put in jail. All because somebody was willing to work with us, and we value that trust, and we value your information, and we value you.
Thank you very much for all the information that you share with us, and for also reading the information that we share with you on this program and through Facebook and other means as well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's see who gets the honor of being first up on our lineup for the new decade. David Mobley of Jacksonville kicks off this week's lineup of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. He is wanted on a failure to appear warrant for fraudulent use of a credit card, theft of property, 2nd degree, and receiving stolen property, 3rd degree. James Walker Jr. of Oxford wanted for failure to pay for possession of a controlled substance. David Williams of Rainbow City is wanted on a failure to appear warrant for theft of property, 3rd degree. Joshua O'Neill from Weaver is wanted on a probation violation for burglary, 3rd degree. Matthew Watkins of Bessemer wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Jeffrey Pope of Delta wanted on probation revocation for domestic violence, 3rd degree assault, and theft of property, 4th degree. If you have any information about anybody in this lineup, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. We'll have the second half of the lineup coming up in just a few minutes. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves ready for the new year, Sheriff.
You know, every year people make resolutions about eating better and doing better. I'm no different. I got to do better.
Yeah. I haven't made any resolutions this year because I'm tired of failing and making promises to myself that I don't keep. And I guess the thing is to make some promises to yourself that you can keep. And we've got somebody with us today that can help us with that. Dr. Anita Lee.
Hi.
Physical therapist and wellness coach.
Yes.
What is a wellness coach?
So well, thank you first of all, for having me here. It's an honor to be here. So a wellness coach is someone who's like the middleman. You have the doctor who's kind of giving the orders of, hey, you need to lose weight, you need to do this. Well, I'm the actual person that's helping you to achieve those goals. So I'm showing you the plans, I'm showing you what to eat, how to stress manage, all that good stuff.
All right. So if my goal is to lose 25 pounds this year and I don't put any particulars with that, I'm not looking very likely to succeed, am I?
Exactly. And so that's why I really want to come on here and kind of give some simple strategies for us to keep those goals, because, you know, everyone, like you said, everyone's making those resolutions, but if you don't have a plan behind it, it's not going to get done, right?
What are some of the biggest goals that people are getting from their doctors or from people just recognizing with their own health that they need to do something?
So, I mean, us being in Alabama, you know, obesity is huge.
Yeah.
So the main thing is just to get the weight off, because obesity brings on so many other comorbidities or other diseases. So once you get that under control and you're eating under control, those other diseases will go away.
But I keep hearing that one of the problems with that is when you lose the weight and then you gain it back and then you lose it again and you gain it back, that brings on its own health problems.
Right. And so that's why I suggest, first of all, that you write down your goals. Write them down and put your reason why. Like, that will help you to stick with those goals. A lot of times we just, you know, I want to lose 25 pounds, but we don't write it down, we don't plan it out. And so as a coach, that's one of the things I do. And actually on my website, if you go to dranitalee.com, I made a great little goal worksheet. And everything is on there. I'm just starting out with 3 simple goals. Keep it easy, okay? Don't make anything grandiose. Do something that's doable. And so if I want to go through this right quick, it just says, what do you want to accomplish? Like, what do you want your goal to be? And then right beside it, put your reason why. Like, not just because I want to lose weight, but how is it going to make you feel after you lose that weight? What is it going to do for your relationships, you know, after you lose your weight? Put your reason why.
You're selling the sizzle, not the steak here.
Right. And also, like, why is it important to you? You know what I'm saying? And also, I have on here, find a scripture to stand on. Because a lot of times, we don't allow God to come into that area of our life. We're like, well, that's just too small. He can't handle that, but actually he can, because he made us. So allow those scriptures, you know, to empower you as well, and declare that, you know, as you're going through this health journey too. And then I have on here one more thing. It says, who are you going to let hold you accountable? And that's huge.
Yeah. Who
are you going to hire to call you week in and week out and saying, hey, you still eating right? Like, girl, you know you don't need that. You know, and that's where I come in at also as a coach. But, you know, have that person to hold you accountable so that you can stay on track through the whole year.
Does it make a big difference if that's somebody that is kind of outside of your immediate household? Because I know my wife and I sitting on the couch together, I don't necessarily want somebody that's watching my every move to be the person that's holding me accountable.
So
I want somebody to see the bigger picture.
He's saying he wants to cheat, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
So if she's there, she'll catch me. So he's saying he wants to cheat. So.
Yeah, we had the same discussion, me and my husband. I know you're watching. So, so yes, it's really good to have someone from the outside to call and check in. That is so important. And somebody who's not going to always tell you yes. Yes, you can have that. Somebody who's going to challenge you, hold you accountable, and get in your face and give you that tough love, and that's what I do.
That's it. That's where I kind of fail my wife, because
you and your wife will get in an argument like me and mine would. You know, it's hard. You know, your wife tells you not to do it. You're more apt probably to get mad at her and do it anyway. Where a friend, you're like, well, okay, you know.
But I want my wife to have everything that she wants, and sometimes that's not always what she needs. And but I'm not the one to tell her what she needs. I'm the one to give her what she wants. That's who I want to be, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, with that. I totally get it. And then another tip for you is to make one healthy swap every week. Like, just don't try to do a big overhaul. And go in your kitchen and throw everything out. Just do one simple thing. So if you drink sodas for every lunch, say this, you know what, this week I'm gonna drink water. And then the next week, do something else. He's like, oh. And then the next week, do something else. So fast food, if you eat out 3 times a week, say, you know what, this week I'm only gonna do 1. So start making those simple swaps, and then eventually it'll become a habit.
There you
and
go.
it'll be a
when it's
lifestyle
a habit,
change.
now you're really rolling. We need to take a quick break, but there's a lot more that we need to learn from you, so we're going to do that here in just a second. Coming up in just a minute, we'll have the second half of this week's lineup and more from Dr. Anita Lee. Okay, here we go with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Charles Murphy of Galesville is wanted for theft of property 2nd degree, theft of property 3rd degree by deception, and theft of property 4th degree. Eric Vickers of Montgomery is wanted on probation revocation for possession of a forged instrument. Thomas Hayworth of Weaver wanted for failure to comply with possession of controlled substance. Dustin Pruitt of Gadsden wanted on a failure to appear warrant for possession of a controlled substance and use of possession of drug paraphernalia. Tanya Roberts of Tallahassee is wanted for child support. And Brittany Seal of Lincoln wanted on a probation violation for theft of property 1st degree. Do you know where we can find any of these individuals? If so, please contact Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. All right, we'll have some property crimes that we want your help with here in just a few minutes. But right now, Sheriff, we're talking about how to improve your life in the new year. Dr. Anita Lee is with us to help us with that. In your job as sheriff, I'm glad that you have a stress-free job. That's right, isn't it?
No. You know, I love what I do, and I love helping people, but it does come with stresses because when you're dealing with people and you care about people, you want to fix everybody's problems, and you just can't. And that brings stress. Believe it or not, when somebody calls you with a problem and you want to fix it and you can't, then you know that it has its stress. And then when you're dealing with people's lives, that has its own stress. So.
Dr. Lou, we can't completely eliminate stress from our lives, but there are some things that we can do, right?
Absolutely. Stress, actually, I mean, that's something that God put in us to have to handle every now and then, but not constantly. So actually, it's a hormone called cortisol that every time we're in a stressful situation, cortisol is produced. So what happens is if it keeps getting produced over and over and over again, it does damage to our body. He's pointing to his belly, and that's the next thing I want to say. Most of our cortisol receptors are in the adipose, or the fat cells in our midsection, because that's where most of our fat goes, in the midsection for some of us.
So I can blame this on everybody that puts stress in my life?
Hallelujah.
That's what I want, somebody to blame.
If you want to look at it that way, go right ahead. You blame them. So, okay, let's talk about, getting rid of the cortisol is going to help get rid of some of the fat. Okay, so let's talk about stress management. So one of the things, actually, I researched, deep breathing. Get this, deep breathing decreases your cortisol by 50%.
Wow.
So we're going to do it right now. I want you to put one hand here. Oops, sorry, on the mic. And then one hand right here. So the object is to take a deep breath and make this hand expand. Okay, so let's try it. Ready, go. And relax. Blow it out. So this hand is supposed to stay still. And most of us are like, and we've been breathing wrong all of our life. Isn't that something? So when we breathe with our diaphragm, this moves and this stays still. Okay, so that's called diaphragmatic breathing or deep breathing. So that's something that we have to practice. All right, the next thing is massage. Massage will reduce.
I gotta get my wife to watch this tonight. Absolutely.
Yes, massage decreases cortisol by 30%. And actually, this is a massage I like to do to myself. If I get tension headaches that are right up in here, I bring my hands here. I want you to try it. There's a muscle right here called the temporalis. If you just kind of dig in just a little bit, apply some pressure, circular motions, use 3 fingers. Oh. There you go. 3 fingers round and round, other way, okay? So even though that's a small muscle, it's massage, and it helps relieve that stress and that tension.
Yeah, I've done that for more years than I can count. I never realized exactly what I was doing. I guess I just saw somebody else doing it or whatever, but I've been doing that, and it does help.
It does, yeah. So, and then one more thing. Actually praying more, and there's research behind this, praying more and allowing people to pray for you reduces your cortisol level.
Wow.
And that is so cool, yeah. So actually really allowing God, like I said, to come into that area of your life, whatever it is that you're stressing out about, will help reduce your stress and your cortisol level.
I'll give you a true story.
Yeah.
When I become sheriff, that was my prayer, was I can't do this without you. I need you to help me be there with me. So that was my prayer to God. If I want to be sheriff, I got to have you with me to do it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a mother of 3. And so I got to have God.
Your kids need you to have God
yes,
too.
yes. Like that's the greatest stress relief right there, just having that relationship with Jesus. I tell everybody that.
All right, so we've barely scratched the surface here.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot more things that we don't have time to talk about here in a 30-minute program. So, but you're available to help people throughout the year, right?
Yes, I am. So I'm a physical therapist and also a wellness coach. So what I specialize in is actually working with mothers of toddlers and preschoolers.
Oh, they got some stress.
Oh yeah, they wanna get back in shape and they don't know how to get started. So that's where I come in at. I help with time optimization, so time management, so that you can work out. I'm also helping them to form better eating habits with them and their kids. A lot of times we want to, we want our kids to do right and eat this, but if we're eating bad, they're going to eat bad too. So I help with that teaching aspect as well. And all of my information is on dranitalee.com, and my coaching is actually virtual, so I can see anyone in the country through technology. And so you can check that out and see everything.
dranitalee.com.
Yep.
Easy enough to remember.
Yep. And also I have a workshop coming up I wanted to announce at the YMCA, which I am a member of. I love the Y. A workshop on, I had to write it down, seven steps to better food habits for you and your kids. And it's on February 13th at the Anniston Y.
All right, very cool. Well, Dr. Lee, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
it's been fun.
Hope you have a great 2020 and make it a great year for a lot of other people as well.
Thank you.
We will be back in just a few moments. We will have some property crimes that we want your help with, and we'll have our first crazy criminal of the new year on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's see if you can help us out with some property crimes now. Between December 7th and December 9th, a business was burglarized on Highway 78 East in Anniston. On December 18th, a residence was burglarized on Rabbittown Road in Piedmont. A microwave, 46-inch television, miscellaneous clothing, a Roku stick, and cell phone were stolen. Between December 10th and December 21st, a residence on West Point Road in Jacksonville was burglarized. Tools were possibly stolen. Between December 24th and December 26th, a Honda Rancher ATV was stolen from a residence on Chosey Springs Road in Anniston. Between January 2nd and January 5th, a residence was burglarized on Alabama Highway 204 in Wellington. No items were stolen from the residence, but a catalytic converter was stolen off a vehicle. And on January 6th, 4 vehicles were broken into while parked at a residence on Charlie Penny Road in Piedmont. Cash and some medication were stolen. If you have any information about these crimes or other crimes committed in Calhoun County, please contact Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. We want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, now, Sheriff, one of the last things that we talked about in the old year was scams.
Scams.
And they haven't gone anywhere in the new year. I want to put a warning out here. If you get a phone call from one of these guys that you're about to see here, don't cash a check for these guys. That's New Kids on the Block.
Is that Donnie Wahlberg right there with his finger up?
It may be. I'm not really an expert on New Kids on the Block, but one of those guys is Jordan Knight. And he, or someone pretending to be him, contacted a lady in New Jersey and convinced her to cash a check for him and send him some gift cards.
Anytime somebody asks you to cash a check for them or send them money so they can send you more money, or ask you to get send them something through a gift card, it's a scam.
And if they wanted you to send it to Nigeria,
even a bigger red flag.
which is where this. So she cashed a check for a guy from New Kids on the Block and sent the No, to Nigeria. I don't. Somehow she fell for it, but now she's in trouble too because her actions were unlawful.
So now that she cashed that check, she owes the bank that money.
$2,000.
Bless her heart, because she didn't even get the $2,000. So,
Don't
do it.
Don't do it.
Nothing, you're going to get nothing for free in this world, so don't try.
No.
How about that?
All right, well, that's all the time that we've got for this week. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not with any checks from members of New Kids on the Block on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.